Hi everybody, I am going to be setting my bullet journal up for the month of October 2019, and this is actually going to be kind of a special month in my bullet journal. I had gotten requests for quite some time now to try out the whole trend of blackout planning, where you use black paper and you write on it with gel pens or whatever, and I was like, I don't know. Then I thought, what better time to try this than in October and try and be a little spooky with it. So I have this Archer and Olive notebook that I ordered. I paid for it myself, and it has black dot grid paper. The paper is the same kind of thick paper, but it's black. I am going to set my regular bullet journal aside and utilize this for the month of October. I have a couple of reservations. I don't like separating my planners, and because my current bullet journal still has about quite a bit of space left for the rest of the, maybe even the rest of the year. This feels a little weird to me, but at the same time it feels super appropriate for October, so why not? The second kind of reservation that I have is that I love gel pens. I love how they look, especially on black paper, but I also know that gel pens, whether they're Jelly Rolls or Signos, they tend to skip fairly often because of the viscosity of the ink. That word feels nice using that in a sentence. So part of me is like, oh balls, are you gonna subject yourself to this shit for an entire month? Apparently I am. The other thing I'm gonna do to celebrate using this blackout journal for the month of October is I will be doing weekly bullet journal updates so that you can see my progress throughout the whole month, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll stick with this for the rest of the year. Maybe I won't. I don't even know. I am gonna be making some changes to how I've been doing things, which also I think is, I'm a big fan of not making too many changes at once, especially change for the sake of change, but this is an experiment, and I am always down for an experiment. So we'll talk about the changes I'm going to make to my regular style of planning as I set this up. Before I even get into October, I do want to take a second and create a swatch page with all of the pens I think might work in this journal. So you're going to get some swatch porn right up front here. Let's show you the pens I have sort of collected, either from my regular collection, and there's a few extras I bought for this specific project. These are all the gel pens that currently live in my pencil holder. Some white Jelly Rolls, white Uniball Signos, some metallic Signos, a couple of random Jelly Rolls that I got from I think Simply Gilded boxes, and then this metallic purple. It's really pretty. But then I also have my massive set. Here's the swatch page here, and here is my massive set of Jelly Rolls that I've got, and I don't know if I'm going to try and use all of them. I think specifically I'm going to look at the shadow ones, the silver and gold shadow ones, and the moonlight, and maybe the metallic, but I'll leave I guess it's only the classic. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then I have my bin of metallic markers, because I know a lot of these look nice on black paper. So these are all brush pen markers, Kelly Creates, the zebra ones, these Staw ones, and the Erin Condren ones. And then on top of all of this, the new pens that I got are actually also Kelly Creates. I ordered online a set of the metallic jewel bullet tip pens, which are the same as her brush pens, except, a different tip. I'm excited about these. My patron Deb told me about them. And while I was on there, I came across these white brush markers. So I pulled one out, tested one a little bit, but we'll see how they look on the black paper. And these are also Kelly Creates. So these are all the pens I'm going to be taking a look at. We'll see how they hold up. So maybe what I'll do is first I'll go with the whites, because I feel like white will probably be the bulk, maybe, of because I don't know if I could handle doing complete journaling with metallic. I mean, maybe I could. And I think I want to grab a scrap paper to kind of get these started on. I'm already, though, a little bit stressed out about how some of these gel pens are going to perform. All right, so these whites are popping pretty good. I feel like I will likely use the Jelly Roll 08 and maybe the Uniball Signo the most. I have the 05 Jelly Roll, but it's a little more narrow than I prefer. And the Kelly Creates large brush looks really nice on here. Not gonna lie, that was not something I was expecting. Here's basically all of these markery pens, the Kelly Creates. I didn't bother putting any of the brush pens because they're the same colors as these. And I realized that like the other two sets, the Zebra and the Staw, are pretty similar to each other as well. So I figured having these colors on here would be a good enough demonstration. And then I added the two Erin Condor markers as they are likely the boldest marker that's not a brush pen that I have for metallics. So I'm liking having this like mixture of colors. I feel like looking at all of these, the ones I probably will use the least are this hybrid color. It just doesn't pop very much. The gold looks kind of green, and then the 05 Jelly Roll just because it's a little too scrawny for my taste. Now I'm going to go into my jelly rolls, and I don't know if I'll do all the colors, but I'll pick ones at least that I think look interesting. I also don't have them in any sort of order. They're all just sort of piled in here. Okay, I've learned something here. The Moonlight ones show up pretty well, and they come in a couple of different tip sizes. These are the shadow ones. They're like, you know, green with the gold shadow or green with the silver shadow or whatever. And honestly, all you can see is the shadow color. Like these are all 5 different colors. They all look the same if you're looking at them on paper. So I feel like the ones I will be using are the metallics, the Moonlights, and then the white. I'm gonna probably just put all of these jelly rolls aside in a bin. I've got another bin like this that I'll grab for like the jelly rolls, and so then the metallic markers will be in here, bullet tips and brush tips, and then I'll have a jelly roll and all the other gel pen markers in their own. And I think what I'm gonna do is create on these pages a test page, because I'm not gonna remember what colors are what. And as you can tell, instead of writing down what colors they were, I got fucking lazy and just started testing them. So this is gonna be my test spread, and I'm gonna just write that in the middle here so I can use these pages to test out any colors I'd like to use. And I really kind of want to use these Kelly Create markers to write that because these things are nifty. Notice this Kelly Create marker is not super opaque. I bet if you go over it, it might get a bit more opaque, but like it's not the most opaque white marker in the world, but it is still a really nice white brush marker. So these two will be kind of just my like pages. You know, some people put indexes in their bullet journal. I put in pages to test my pens out in the front because that's where I felt like it. Now that I have got the pens tested, it's time to jump into the actual planning, which is the thing I have been avoiding. I'm filming this kind of mid-month in September because of a trip I'm taking, and so far this month I have basically ignored my challenges because I've been so busy with other work I've been working on. I don't want to ignore them this month, so one of the things I'm going to do differently this month is my challenges. I'm going to squish the lettering into one page because I like how that looks better than having 2 whole pages to fill up. But for my doodles, I'm basically going to do something different. My doodling for like the last year has been on one spread. It's been that way for more than a year. And I'm going to do it differently this time because the doodle challenge for this month and the lettering challenge is the Nightmare Before Christmas. What I want to do to kind of bring home the Halloween theme is to move from weekly or like as I fill the pages up spreads to doing daily spreads every day this month and adding my doodle into each day. This may be overly ambitious. Remember how I said I was doing something different? This is really different because my spreads have been just fill it in as the week progresses. But because I'm doing this in this journal and I don't need to conserve pages because who knows how much more I'll use this journal, I'm going to go with daily pages this month and I'm going to put my challenge on every page. And so you'll see that as I do my bullet journal updates. But for the meantime, I'm going to set up a lettering page here and then my October cover page here. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I can already see one of the caveats to doing it this way. These pens take so much longer to dry. So I've done just a few like Halloween-y looking things, a spider and a bat, but I'm not gonna go overboard because even though I'm gonna be a little bit fancier this month, I don't need to be super. I think just having the black situation is in and of itself super fancy, but while that dries, because I've already like gotten it all over my fingers and I've already smeared it a few times, while this dries I'm going to work on my lettering page, and it's going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to draw like a little thing up here that says lettering for the month, and then that'll be it. And as I said, I'm doing this at the like not quite at the end of the month, so I'm not going to put my focus for next month yet because I don't have that yet. So now to let this dry before I can move forward. All right, I had enough time to get myself a bottle of water. So I can already tell you that's gonna annoy the shit out of me, but we shall see. Okay, so I want to add some like decoration. I'm not going to use washi tape this month. All right, so you got a couple of little just decorations on the page, and now I am going to put monthly intentions. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure if I prefer the sparkly or the non-sparklies more. And notice I'm using different like lettering, different styles, different colors throughout the month already. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to experiment, you know, like instead of doing a theme, the whole theme is this is on black paper with like markers instead of regular washi and pens and so on and so forth. And so that's the theme. So this is good enough for me, allegedly. It's like an experiment, a whole month of experiments. And when have those ever gone wrong for me in the past? Thinking about the bullet planner. All right, so here's for my monthly intentions. And again, I'll make that list when the month happens, so you'll see it at the first week's update. But then I do need to put down my challenges for next month. And notice I knew what I was doing when I created the challenges, so I made it specifically Halloween looking. And it's also, I mean, it's the Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, I feel like drawing Jack Skellington and Oogie Boogie at the very least are gonna be a lot of fun on this black paper. Maybe not so much some of the other ones, but those two at least will be fun to draw. There we go. So there's the challenges, and I'm already having fun with this. Okay, I may have to wait 80 years for it to dry, but this is fun to just doodle around with because you don't have to try too hard because it's on black paper, so it just looks cool. And obviously I didn't let this dry quite enough. I took a few seconds and collected up all my pens while I was waiting for it to dry. The other thing I'm gonna do for this month's setup is I am going to set up another Curly Girl tracking spread. The one I've been using this month has been working so far, and I'm going to continue on the Curly Girl method, so I want to prepare. However, I don't know what my routine is gonna be when the month starts, so I'm gonna draw in the tracker and I'm gonna draw in spots to write the products, but I'm not gonna fill any of that in until I actually know what is gonna go in there. There's my Curly Girl spread with Miss Spider and all the room for all the things. It's gonna also take 11 years to dry, but that's okay because I think I'm done with my setup for the month. So if you are interested in watching the progress of this, like I said, I'll be posting every Thursday in October to show you the updates on this. So I hope that you Subscribe so that you can see the updates. I'd love to hear from you in the comments whether you have tried blackout planning. Is it something you want to try? If you haven't, let me know why you didn't try it. And if you did try it, let me know what you thought. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.